Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys some things you need to know before trying to conceive. Yes, if you are on a TTC journey, or if you have ever dreamt of having kids, or you hope to have kids in the future, then I think this video will be very important to you. I would also like to call this video things I wish I had known before ever trying to conceive. Yes, this is my third pregnancy, and you guys, there are some things that are still very new to me. There's some experience that I've had, and I'm like, wow, that is strange. I never saw that before. I never had that experience before. And honestly, I thought I was a pro at this job, but nope, I am still learning every day. So yeah guys, I hope you guys enjoy watching this video. I hope it is helpful. I hope it is entertaining. Yeah, I hope it is enlightening. And if you're new to my channel, you're very welcome here. My name is Nosagirl. I'm a mom of 2. I'm currently expecting baby number 3. I would absolutely love for you to subscribe, be a part of my family, be a part of this journey. Let's just have fun together. Okay, and yeah, let's get into it. Number 1, the first thing you need to know if you are trying to conceive, or if you're thinking of ever having a baby in the future, is that getting pregnant does not happen immediately. Okay, now let me explain. For some women, it happens super fast. Whether they are planning it or not planning it, whether the woman is just having fun, pregnancy can happen very quickly for some women. But for some women, it doesn't happen like that. And I mean a woman who is medically healthy, or a couple that are medically healthy. They have no physical issues, no medical issues. It just doesn't happen that fast. This is something that I learned when we were trying for baby number 3. I have mentioned this, in my pregnancy announcement video, that we tried a couple of times before we got a positive result. And the whole time I was getting, those negatives, I was really sure that something was wrong, because with my other pregnancies, it was not even an issue. Like, it happened super fast. So I was like, why is this taking so much time? Like, I was like, oh my God, maybe I have some kind of fertility issue. There was just so much going on in my mind, and I was looking for answers, looking for a solution. But at the end of the day, I realized that I just, my body just needed to do its thing at its own time. And also another thing that I found out during my period of waiting and researching is that it can take at least 6 to 12 months for a very healthy couple to get pregnant. So you really do not need to have an issue, a medical issue. It can just take that long for a very healthy couple to get pregnant. So that's one thing you should know if you're trying to conceive. It doesn't happen super fast all the time. Number 2, and this is something I also learned after having my second child, and it is charting. Now, before I ever conceived or stuff, I didn't know, how to calculate my circles, stuff like that, my ovulation. I didn't know when I ovulated. Even my period, I wasn't keeping track. But, I always kind of knew, okay, I think it's going to come very soon. I always kind of guessed it. So after having my second child, we decided to go on the natural journey in trying to prevent pregnancy. And while I was doing all my research, just reading about stuff on how to prevent pregnancy the natural way, I was indirectly learning a lot of stuff on how to get pregnant, naturally. I mean like stuff that you can do to increase your chances. And one of those things was charting. So I learned how to calculate my ovulation, my fertile window. I learned how to read just different signs that my body, gives to me, like the cervical mucus, the fertile cervical mucus and the non-fertile ones, and just my mood and everything, cravings. All of those things, started giving me, signs that, okay, when you start seeing all of these things going on, then your body is ready to make a baby. So my point is, if you are trying to conceive, it is very important to know your fertile window. It is important to know when you are ovulating. It is important to know, when to do the deed. And I've made several videos on this on my channel. You can check them out. I will also leave like a playlist down below. To be honest, it can be really stressful to just monitor your body and take it down data, and it can be really stressful, time consuming, mentally draining. So I would advise you to just take it easy, okay? Because I was doing a lot of that and it wasn't helping me. It wasn't until I stopped doing that, stopped taking data, that I conceived. But the good thing is I already knew all of these things. Even though I wasn't paying attention, I was sort of paying attention. So yeah, that's another thing you need to know. It is good to chart. It is good to know when you're most fertile, and yeah, just prepare yourself for that time of the month. Number 3, and you guys, this is really, really important. It is taking folic acid, or your prenatal supplements. So this is something I never knew until we're trying for baby number 3. I just thought that taking prenatal supplements is something you start doing after you have conceived, like during the pregnancy. I didn't know it's something that you can start taking way before you even get pregnant. Now, one of the things, or one of the importance of folic acid or your prenatal vitamins, is that it helps to develop your baby's brain even before you know that you are pregnant. It can also help to prepare your body for getting pregnant, so it can actually increase your chance of getting pregnant. And it can help to prevent major birth defects like spina bifida and some other issues that newborn babies are born with. So yeah, just taking folic acid is really, really important. So this is something I found out when we're trying for baby number 3, and of course I started taking it way early on. And yeah, I can say it was one of the things that helped me conceive. But yeah, I never ever knew this with my other pregnancies. Did you guys know there is something called implantation bleeding? So when we're trying to conceive for the very first time, of course I had no idea about anything. I just missed my period, and yep, I knew I was pregnant. But my second pregnancy, I noticed that I had a little bit of spotting or bleeding, if you like, and it lasted for about a day and a half, and then it disappeared. So I thought it was my period, and I was like, okay, nothing strange. So I was looking forward to the next period, and then the next period never came. That was how I realized that what happened a month ago was a sign of an early sign of pregnancy. So when we're trying to conceive for baby number 3, I was so looking forward to that bleeding or spotting. I kept monitoring down there. I was just hoping to see just that little spot, and then I would know, okay, a baby has implanted. And implantation bleeding is something that can happen for like a period of time, even after you know that you're pregnant. You have seen your doctor, you can keep having those spotting and stuff, which is really, really scary. For some women it is scary. It's like, oh my god, is everything okay with me? It is very, very okay, but I would just advise you to see your doctor and talk to your doctor, okay? But yeah, that is something I learned in my journey of getting pregnant. I thought it was something that every woman has to experience, something that you always have to see before you get a positive pregnancy test. But nope, it happened before, and this time around it did not happen. Another thing is the cramping. So I have never had cramps prior to getting pregnant with my other pregnancies, but this time, you guys, I was literally cramping for 2 weeks, and it was so painful, so excruciating. I had to sit a certain way to feel better or manageable. But yeah, the whole time I just thought it was my period that was coming. So after I got pregnant, after I got my positive result, then I realized that the cramping from the past weeks have been an early sign of pregnancy, and I didn't know that. Pregnancy symptoms are not genetic, okay? There are some women who had like the best pregnancy ever, pregnancy goddess, everything is just so easy, no morning sickness, and then they go on to have their babies or their daughters, and then when you get pregnant, you literally go through hell while you are pregnant. I shared my first trimester symptoms with my mom, and the whole time she was like, oh wow, really? Oh my god. She realized that I went through hell or something really, really serious, and she never had any of that experience in all her years of having all her plenty babies. So I just realized it is not genetic. Everybody is different. You can have the smoothest pregnancy ever, and you will go on to have a baby, and your daughter will have the worst morning sickness ever. Another thing I never knew about pregnancy, you guys, nobody told me this, but I am telling you guys right now, baby kicks hot, okay? So whenever women talk about, oh, the baby is kicking, oh, it sounds so sweet. It's like this is the best feeling ever in the world. You guys, it can get really, really intense, and it can really, really hot, okay? So at the beginning, for me, it always starts like flutters. You just feel some little movements, when your tummy is still like very small, the bump is not so big, you can just feel those little flutters. But when it starts going into your second trimester, your third trimester, when the baby gets really big, oh my god, you guys, those kicks, they are more like punches. They become really hurtful, and you can get really uncomfortable, especially at night. So I remember during my first pregnancy, I had to stay up a lot at night. I couldn't sleep because it was so painful. I would turn from left to right. I would just keep tossing back and forth because the punches were so strong. Oh my god. But I also have to say this, you guys, it's better to feel your baby move than, you know, just carrying a bump and you can't feel anything. You want to be sure that the baby is alive. You want to, you know, you just want to feel those movements. But yes, it can get really intense and it can be very hurtful. Okay, you guys, lastly, the last thing I would like to share with you guys, it is very common for every first-time mom to get past their due date. I always thought, I remember when I was pregnant with my first child, I watched a lot of YouTube videos, and one thing I noticed was that a lot of women were having their babies around 37 weeks or 38 weeks, or, you know, at most 39 weeks. I never ever thought, you know, people get past that due date. I just thought once it is 40 weeks, the baby is definitely coming out. But you guys, you can actually be pregnant for 41 weeks or 42 weeks. Yes, it is actually a 10 months journey. It is more than 9 months if you do the maths. My son was actually born on his due date, which is like a miracle because I was dead tired. My second pregnancy was also very interesting. My daughter did not come until 5 days after her due date, so I was carrying her the whole time. But as at that point, I already knew that, okay, you can get past your due date. It's not a big deal. But yeah, that is another thing that I've learned in my journey of, you know, being a mom, conceiving and getting pregnant, and yeah, having babies. That will be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I hope you got entertained. I hope you learned 1 or 2 things. Please leave your comments down below and give this video a thumbs up. If you are new to my channel, do not forget to subscribe. And yeah guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in my next one.